Hey, good afternoon. It's Emerson.
And Emerson 4 with Legion's Construction and Development.
All right, go ahead.
We want to talk to you about a few things. We are going to start a new show and put out episodes every week, and we really want your opinion and questions to guide us through maybe what you guys want to hear. So please drop a question or a comment in the area below and let me know what you guys think and what you might want to hear about in the future.
So what we're going to talk today about is just a couple things we did in the last house we just completed. It was in Natick. It was a partial rebuild, partial new, but we tried to incorporate a lot of the newer technologies to make it more energy efficient, weather tight, and really just perform better for our client.
Do you remember what some of the best practices were that we used?
Oh, absolutely. Let's talk about where you have your most heat losses through the roof. We did R49 in the ceilings and the roof cavities. We also did some foam air sealing in the wall cavities first before we used the high density fiberglass insulation in that area. We could have used just all foam, but our budget was stretched in other places to accommodate this owner's needs, and so we kind of found a hybrid for it.
And the foam, correct me if I'm wrong, but it also creates an air barrier.
Absolutely. So the air barrier on the inside seals up all the cracks and crevices that maybe there's some still coming through, but also on the outside with that, we use Tyvek brand house wrap, and we take a lot of care in wrapping all the transitions properly with their flashing tapes around windows, doors, and really around the windows is a big deal because you definitely have that crack that you've separated the framing from the window. We seal it on the outside, we foam fill around it on the inside, and we try to make that as tight as possible.
Yeah, we all know how bad it can be when you don't follow those steps and you feel a breeze rolling through the house when you're standing by the window. So
yeah, we all can think of a ton of old buildings here in the Commonwealth that you can feel that breeze blowing under the door, blowing around the windows. Even in some of the, let's say, more modernly newer, older houses, 40 to 60 years old, that now have replacement windows. A lot of times there's just a bead of caulk separating that. So, when we use, even on a remodel, we use a full replacement window, has a flange on it, we can seal behind it, we can seal on top of it, do the right thing for our clients, and get an energy efficient assembly.
Now, when you say replacement window, I noticed that you said you got ones with flanges on them. Is there another style of replacement window?
Yeah, unfortunately, and I find it hard to believe because they certainly don't add to anybody's energy efficiency, but they have windows that you just take the old sashes out, you leave part of the old window frame in, they call replacement windows, and they slide this sucker in the gap, and then they put this bead of caulk around it. And golly, unless you want to be out there caulking every 6 months, it's awful. It's a bad idea. Maybe best practices are they put a bead of real sealant in a polyurethane or something that's going to actually last some time frame. I don't see it happening very often. And the other thing is, what are they doing on the inside? They're just slapping wood trim around it, whatever. Since relocating here, I had an opportunity to rent somewhere before we moved. It was awful. We had to go outside polyurethane after the first winter because you'd get out of the shower and you'd be blow dried by a cold wind in the wintertime. It wasn't great stuff.
Or just turn to ice.
So, but yeah, that's some of the things we did in this house. And I think this particular owner, although it's going to be tough for him to gauge because he still had about 930 square feet of the old house we didn't lay hands on, except to repaint it, make it look as pretty as the new stuff. He'll see that all the new areas, which about almost 2.5 times what he had in space, are not going to add crazy to his energy bill, and I think that's a big deal.
Well, and I know you guys, we used high efficiency HVAC and air systems.
We did.
Probably a lot better than what he had, which a lot of people here use electric, and doing the gas heat definitely helps on the utility bill, and quite frankly, it's a nicer system. It's a lot cheaper to run in your house.
Everybody has that opinion, but I will tell you that when Granny moved into the apartment that we built out back, the accessory dwelling unit, which is the technical name for it, which was part of this build, at 84 years old, when she flips the heat on, she likes to feel that forced hot air with the natural gas. I know some towns are trying to nix it right now, but I think it's not the best idea in the world. And quite frankly, if you change to all electric, it's coming from a natural gas fired plant here in Massachusetts anyway. So I don't know the rationale there. I guess I'm not smart enough to figure it out yet. Maybe somebody could tell me. Might be something we bring up another week.
Yeah, don't look at me.
All right, so we're gonna try a couple things out on these little events, and although we didn't do it this week, we're gonna try for Thirsty Thursdays, and we're gonna do this with a beer in hand. Maybe we'll see.
Let us know what you think. Please comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Let us know what you want to hear about. That's very important, so we can give you the benefit of watching the show.
Hey, another thing, is it the M&M show? That name might be that name might be taken.
It can't be MC squared,
All right.
I guess.
Thanks.
Adios.